Hey guys, Mike Sullivan here. It's been a long time since I've been in the shop. I'm feeling well enough. I'm gonna spend some time out here and try and get some of the projects done that I've needed to. One is replacing this handle on this Estwing for a fellow axe junkie. And I'd love to know, can I turn this around? No, I can't. Well, I'm gonna edit. Here's that Estwing. It was his grandfather's Estwing that I've been reconditioning. I finished it all up at one point and I sent it all back to him completed, but some of the leather in the shipping got damaged and I had him send it back to me. So I am redoing it after all the illnesses that I was through with the cancer and everything else, which I really appreciate all the support you guys gave me and my family. But this just goes to show quality work for U.S. steel. This is probably, I think it's, you guys probably can't see that. It's got a pretty old date on there. It's 1920s or something like that, maybe earlier. But it's been through the ringer and coming out the other side. It sat a while in the humidity of the shop, got some rust on it, so I'm having to clean it back off. But that's the handle that fell apart. This is a handle we took off another Estwing that had good leather. Since Estwing will not sell any handle kits because they say OSHA does not approve of repairing tools, which really, if it's done by a qualified individual, it's fine. Besides the fact you're not really repairing, all you're doing is replacing leather on, it's dumb. But anyway, this is the original end cap, and all this leather is going to get put back on to here. There's the date right there. 1950? Yep, September 1950. There you go. So all that leather is going to get put back on, and it's going to get sanded down and treated with tung oil or another neat foot oil or something like that I have. I've got it somewhere. But it'll get protected with a good protectant, and then sealed, and then shipped back off to our axe junkie. But what I'm going to be doing right now is just trying to get some of the scratches out from the finishing or de-rusting that we were doing earlier. And it'll take a little while, so, and since I can't do this one-handed too well, I will leave this here and get back to you. Alright, we're back. I did some work with that. It's a really worn out 320 or 400 grit, so probably up to 1,000 grit now. But went through, sanded it all down. Yeah, it's got imperfections, but guess what? It's 68 years old. It's gonna have some. But went and spent some time on the polisher, just evening out all the marks. Nice serviceable finish now. Now I can start putting on the leather and hope it all goes well. Oh, I gotta replace another piece. Going through the leather and getting rid of the pieces that are too bad, too cracked, too dried out, before I let them all have a nice drink. It's a bit big, but that'll help me because I got to sand it down to that dimension anyway. But let's see. Apparently that same piece didn't make it through. Okay. This gives me enough. Not going to be perfect, but we are going to have a good solid handle again. I really wish Estwing would just sell the leather pieces. That'll work. Yeah, it's a little bit big, so I can sand down to it. Let's see if it'll fit. Oh, real quick, before I get too far. Because we had to do some cutting and grinding and everything else, we actually added on. We had to add some length. And these ends have been annealed as well. So I had to cut off from some piece of scrap steel and weld it on here, grind it to the T shape. So it looks pretty ugly there, but the nice thing is it won't matter. So let's see what we can do. One-handed. Oh, and don't mind the shop, guys. I haven't been out here for a very long time. Let's see. Yeah, that'll compress down. Not the easiest one-handed. I might see you guys in a bit. That's seriously. Let me get a bunch of this on. I thought I'd show you guys something. There was a gap. There still is a little one here. And I couldn't get the leather to mash down because A, it's not being done with a press, it's being done by my hands. And I'm looking around for, let's put a pipe over the top of this and let's hammer this down. And I'm looking around and in all my junk pile that my wonderful father, he really is wonderful, Dave Sullivan, he likes to accumulate things. I couldn't find anything until I looked over just to my right, and there's this old lathing hatchet that is Quality Townley something from Germantown. And I looked at the eye and I said, I wonder. And that works beautiful. So if you don't have a press and you're doing this by hand, use a lathing hatchet to mash down, and that'll all get sanded pretty. So that was just a little something I thought I'd share. Ingenuity type thing, mother invention. All right, so handle's on. If you remember, it didn't fit that well at the beginning up here. Now it fits great, mainly because I made sure it fit. So handle's uneven, but I'm going to do the same thing they do at Estwing and sand it down with a slack belt. I'll get all this varnish off and then preserve the handle and then probably revarnish it. But here's the end cap. Here's what's left. And I did the same thing here as I did with the leather. I took this, put that over the top. I know the metal plate was a tight fit, so it's holding the leather in place now. And I'll probably press it down some more. I may even actually use the hand pump press that I have here. I'll have to unearth it. But press that plate down, and then I'll peen over the metal pins and lock that plate in place. Then get to sanding. So, there you go. All right, got to my press. Trust me, my shop is really junky, but it's just a Harbor Freight 20-ton. I've got a decent distance set up in here. I think it should be good. I halfway measured it, and I'm gonna go ahead and set this in here, hold it in place while I use the press. I'll get back to you. Well, here's our setup. Is it the most secure? Absolutely not. But I'm not trying to do massive amounts of pressure here. I'm just trying to just gently press all the leather together. That metal plate should hold everything. That should be enough. Let's take a look. I think so. There we go. See you back at the table. All right, we have a little bit more. Plenty enough to peen over and fill in whatever we got to do. Handle looks like it's pressed very nicely together. I'll get it on the, I'll peen these over, and then they've been annealed. And then I'll get this on the sander sometime and clean this handle up. All right, till then. So, I did all that work on the Estwing, and I was looking it over, gonna peen it over, and I looked at something rather important and realized that I screwed up. I screwed up big. So let me show you. Okay, everything looks good, right? Well, how about that? I have to take this entire handle off to change that piece because it wasn't cut right. It wasn't the right piece for it. So off comes the whole handle. And there we go. I went through, cut out a bunch of these, and just gonna do a whole new handle for him. Should have done that in the first place back before I got cancer. So there we I'm just gonna pile all these on, and there we go. And there we have it. A completed Estwing leather handle replacement. Wanted to make it look like it belonged on it, so it has its age, it has its patina, so to speak. I reused the 3 plastic rings here and here. All the other rest of the handle is brand new, as you saw. It's had probably 4 coats of polyurethane to soak up into the handle, and then I buffed it off. The surface of it was really sticky. I got rid of that, and then so the leather has been impregnated with the poly, and has a coat of wax on the top now, and I have a Estwing cover from that time period, I believe. So our axe junkie and first American Axe and Forge customer Brent Hodgins can have his grandfather's hatchet back. Yep. I will leave you with that. Thank you much for watching.